Hello. Today we're going to be taking a look at American Adventure Labs' Bronco cargo floor mount for the 6th generation Ford Bronco 2-door or 4-door. This setup is going to act as an auxiliary battery for the Ford Bronco. We're going to be installing three 20-amp batteries to give us a total of 60 amp hours, along with a Red Arc BC to DC dual input 25 amp battery charger. American Adventure Lab does offer a BC to DC bracket, and we're going to go ahead and install that now. This bracket is very customizable. It can hold up to 4 lithium batteries, along with the Red Arc BC to DC charger, or 1 or 2 batteries, and an ARB single compressor. The BC to DC bracket has 4 pre-drilled holes, but that only allows for the bracket to be placed in one direction. I wanted it to face the driver's side, so I tapped and pre-drilled 4 other holes so we can get this BC to DC charger facing in the opposite direction. Red Arc basically has you covered in regards to specific wiring kits. I went ahead with the rear install wiring kit for this project. As I mentioned a few moments ago, American Adventure Lab has 4 pre-drilled holes that will allow you to place the BC to DC charger in this direction. That's why I went ahead and drilled 4 other holes so we could get it turned in the opposite direction. So we've already attached the wires coming out of the BC to DC charger into the terminal block that comes with the install kit. And this terminal block is going to get mounted on the left side of the bracket. The wiring harness consists of a few wires. The first one is a blue wire that'll go to the ignition only. That's going to tell the BC to DC charger when to turn on and off. Then we have our lithium profile, which is the orange and green wires connected together because we've got lithium batteries. We have the ground wire, the red wire, which is the power coming in from the battery under the hood. Yellow is for solar. And then the brown wire goes to the batteries that we're going to be charging. So we're going to go ahead and get this terminal block mounted on the left side of the bracket, and then we have our first 40 amp fuse block that will protect our charging batteries. So this bracket mounts in the bottom of the cargo floor, which is going to be completely out of sight. So I wanted to be able to monitor the batteries, and I chose the Smart Battery Monitor by Red Arc, which uses an app to basically keep track of your battery levels in real time. We're going to be using 3 batteries for this project for a total of 60 amp hours. After some research, I found a company named Amped Outdoors. I went ahead and got American Adventure Labs battery hold down plates and straps. These are a great addition to this project because they're going to hold each of these batteries down nice and tight and keep them separated from one another so that air can pass through. A company called Connectease provided me with a custom wiring harness with Anderson connectors. So let's get these 3 batteries wired together. The second part of this custom harness is going to allow us to take all 3 of these batteries, place them in parallel, and then connect them to the smart monitor, the BC to DC charger, and then out to a fuse block. And there you have it. Our batteries are installed, and this bracket is ready to be placed in the cargo floor of the Bronco. Okay, let's get this bracket installed in the back of the Bronco. First, we need to remove the factory bolts. Then set our pre-configured bracket in place. The factory bolts go right back in over the bracket. This first wire is coming from the fuse block, which will be powering all the accessories. Now let's hook up the power to the smart monitor, and then power coming from the batteries. The blue wire from the BC to DC charger is going to get attached to a ignition only source, as the Bronco has a smart alternator. It'll allow the BC to DC charger to only charge when the ignition is on. There are several at the back of the Bronco, however I found one in the trailer electrical brake module, located on the driver's side of the cargo area, and I just spliced into the orange wire. Next, we're going to go ahead and attach our ground wire. Then attach the ground wire from the smart battery monitor. Then the negative wire to the negative side of the smart battery monitor. Now the ground wire from the first battery to the BC to DC charger. And now the hot wire coming from the engine bay. This next wire is going to be for our solar, which we're going to do an installation later. Now let's go ahead and connect those terminal blocks together. That flashing light is showing that the Bluetooth on the smart monitor is already trying to connect. Moving to the engine bay, we're going to go ahead and connect our red wire, which also has a 40 amp fuse. This wire was run down the driver's side, through the firewall, and then along the lower right hand side of the Bronco. And our installation is complete of American Adventure Labs Bronco Cargo Floor Multi-Mount.